Tomorrow morning, your phone still works. Your lights still turn on. The sky looks perfectly normal. At first, nothing seems different. But high above Earth, something impossible has happened. The invisible force that has protected our planet for billions of years is gone. No explosion, no warning, no sound, just gone. Within minutes, satellites begin behaving strangely. GPS signals drift. Compass needles point in meaningless directions. Airlines receive mysterious navigation errors. Then something even stranger happens. Brilliant green and crimson auroras begin appearing over cities that have never seen them before. London, Cairo, Singapore. Even the equator glows beneath dancing curtains of light. It looks beautiful. But that beauty hides a terrifying truth. Those lights mean Earth's greatest natural defense has vanished. Because our magnetic field isn't just something that helps compasses point north, it's an invisible shield stretching tens of thousands of miles into space, deflecting deadly charged particles from the sun every second of every day. Without it, our planet is suddenly exposed. Not to an alien invasion, not to an asteroid, but to something we've been surviving only because we never had to think about it. The sun. Every second, the sun hurls millions of tons of electrically charged particles into space. This constant stream is called the solar wind. Normally, Earth's magnetic field bends those particles around the planet, like water flowing around a rock in a river. Most of the time, we never even know it's happening. But now, that invisible shield is gone. For the first time in billions of years, there is nothing standing between Earth and the full force of the sun. Within minutes, high-energy particles begin crashing directly into the upper atmosphere. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station receive dangerous doses of radiation. Satellites designed to survive ordinary space weather begin failing, one after another. Communication networks start breaking apart. Navigation systems become unreliable. Some spacecraft simply go silent. Then, the sun unleashes something even worse. A powerful solar flare erupts from its surface, followed by a massive cloud of superheated plasma racing toward Earth at millions of miles per hour. Normally, our magnetic field would absorb much of that impact. Today, there is nothing left to stop it. For the first time in human history, our planet faces the sun completely unprotected. At first, most people wouldn't even know what had happened. There would be no giant explosion, no massive earthquake, no warning sirens. Life would seem almost normal, until the technology we depend on every second begins to fail. GPS satellites, already damaged by intense radiation, start drifting out of synchronization. Navigation systems become unreliable. Commercial aircraft are forced to change course. Ships crossing the oceans lose their most accurate positioning systems. Then, communications begin breaking apart. Some satellites stop responding completely. Television broadcasts freeze, internet connections become unstable. Emergency services struggle to coordinate across entire regions. But the biggest threat isn't your phone or your GPS. It's the electrical grid. As charged particles pour into Earth's atmosphere, They generate powerful electric currents across the planet's surface. Those currents begin flowing through high-voltage power lines. Transformers overheat, protection systems trip. Entire sections of the grid shut down to prevent catastrophic damage. One city loses power, then another, then another. Within hours, millions of people are sitting in darkness, while above them, the sun continues pouring energy into an unprotected planet. And this is only the beginning. Because the greatest danger isn't what happens to our technology, it's what happens to life itself. As darkness spreads across the power grid, another threat is silently growing above our heads: radiation. Normally, Earth's magnetic field deflects much of the dangerous radiation streaming from the sun. Without it, those charged particles begin reaching places they've never reached before. The first people in danger aren't on Earth, they're in space. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station are suddenly exposed to radiation levels that can become life-threatening. Mission Control orders them to shelter inside the most heavily shielded parts of the station. But Earth isn't completely safe either. Commercial aircraft flying near the poles are forced to reroute or land immediately. Pilots receive alerts as radiation levels climb far beyond normal. Meanwhile, the atmosphere itself begins to change. Brilliant auroras spread across nearly every continent. The night sky glows with breathtaking colors. It looks like the greatest light show in human history. But every flash is a warning, a reminder that our invisible shield is gone. Fortunately, Earth's atmosphere still blocks most of the deadly radiation from reaching the ground. Without that atmosphere, life on the surface would face a far darker future. Even so, our planet has entered a world no human civilization has ever experienced. So, would the disappearance of Earth's magnetic field mean the end of our planet? Surprisingly, no. Earth itself would survive. The oceans wouldn't boil away overnight. The atmosphere wouldn't suddenly disappear, and humanity wouldn't vanish in a single day. But life would become dramatically more difficult. Every major solar storm would threaten satellites, power grids, communications, and global transportation. Astronauts would face far greater risks every time they left Earth's atmosphere. Future missions to the Moon, Mars, or beyond would become far more dangerous. Over thousands or even millions of years, the solar wind could slowly begin stripping away Earth's upper atmosphere. Scientists believe something similar may have happened to Mars. Billions of years ago, Mars likely had rivers, lakes, and a much thicker atmosphere. But after losing its global magnetic field, the relentless solar wind gradually carried much of that atmosphere away, transforming Mars into the cold, dry world we see today. Earth is larger, its atmosphere is thicker, and gravity helps hold it in place. But without our magnetic shield, the future of our planet would become far less certain. The invisible force we've taken for granted may be one of the greatest reasons life has survived here for billions of years. So, could this really happen? Could Earth's magnetic field simply disappear tomorrow? According to everything scientists know, no. Earth's magnetic field is constantly changing. In fact, it has reversed many times throughout our planet's history. North has become south, and south has become north. But even during those reversals, the magnetic field doesn't simply switch off. It weakens, changes shape, and eventually rebuilds itself. That process takes thousands of years, not a single day. So the nightmare you've just witnessed remains a scientific thought experiment. But it reveals something extraordinary. Every second of every day, an invisible force stretches tens of thousands of miles into space, silently protecting every ocean, every city, every forest, every airplane, every satellite, and every person on Earth. We never see it. We never hear it. Most of us never even think about it. Yet without it, our world would be a very different place. If you enjoy exploring the greatest mysteries of our universe and the incredible science that explains them, subscribe to Into the Cosmos. Because beyond every question lies another mystery waiting to be discovered. Until next time, keep looking up.